I've now talked about 3 classic sci-fi universes and their awesomeness. Now let's talk about one from the world of gaming. The Mass Effect series is a contender for one of my favourite game series of all time, and with Andromeda coming our way, I thought it was a good time to remind ourselves why Mass Effect is awesome. Gorgeous visuals. It's safe to say that all Mass Effect games look incredible. No sci-fi universe before or since quite looks like this. The technology, the ships, weapons, costumes, it's all slick neon composites and glossy sheen, smooth contours and flaring lights. When designing a sci-fi show, movie or game, there will inevitably be comparisons to Star Wars or Star Trek. Few franchises can escape these comparisons, but Mass Effect is one of them. This is also reflected in the wonderfully varied designs for the aliens. Taking inspirations from birds, frogs, sea life, each alien race in Mass Effect has an incredibly distinct look and varied, colourful design. The design work that went into Mass Effect is so spot on that it's become instantly iconic. Star Trek has the Vulcans and Klingons, Mass Effect has the Asari, Turians, and Krogan. Rich characters. It's hard to deny that the Mass Effect games, especially the first one, have been a little rough around the edges in terms of gameplay, but what saves them is the excellent writing in terms of story and characters. Playing through the trilogy again recently, it's amazing that one of the most fun parts of the game is simply walking around the Normandy and getting to know everyone. Each crew member has a distinct look, personality, and richly textured backstory and belief system, apart from Jacob. Joker's wise-ass hotshot routine, coupled with knowledge of his genetic, brittle bone disorder, Rex's brutish demeanour reinforced by his struggle against his own race and family, Garrus's complete badassery complemented by his moral greyness. I'm barely scratching the surface here, but every character in Mass Effect truly feels alive. They have a history that began long before you started playing and will continue long after you stop. And with supremely talented voice actors behind them, you feel a connection to them as people which is rarely as well accomplished in other games, movies, or TV shows. By the time you throw your party in Mass Effect 3, it gives you time to reflect on just what everyone has been through. You've fought beside them, fought against them, fallen in love with them, broken up with them, laughed with them, cried with them. Whenever I come back to that apartment before the final mission, I look at that picture and can't help but smile. Storytelling through exploration. I've always said that the best Star Trek game ever made just happens to be called Mass Effect. And where many Star Trek games unfortunately fail is where Mass Effect succeeds to a degree that, well, Star Trek should be embarrassed. When playing Mass Effect, you feel in command of that starship. The universe is your playground, and the Normandy is your favourite tool. And while much of the exploration in Mass Effect is for loot and cool vistas, it also adds so much to the universe. Discovering ancient ruins, learning about planets, and encountering more and more aliens slowly builds a complete picture of the universe. Another reason talking to crew members is so great is that you're able to learn so much about the major players in the galaxy. We learn all about the Krogan, Quarian, Asari, Turians, Drell, and so on, just as the characters are being developed themselves. And not exploring the ship, not talking to the characters, not exploring the galaxy, risks losing out on all of that. And it's in the small details that continuously breathe life into this part of the games. One of my favourite segments is after the lair of the Shadow Broker, where you can read secret intel about your crew. We've already been through so much, but now there's even more to learn, and it adds more texture to the characters in some unexpected ways. It's interesting to know that while we've been fighting the Collectors, Jack has been submitting poetry to various websites, Grunt has been reading up on history, and Miranda has found out that she's unable to have children. It shows you a side of the characters and the universe which you don't experience in regular gameplay, but it adds to the believability and lived-in quality of the game's setting. Mass Effect is one of the best examples of the unique interactivity of games as an art form being used to enrich the player's experience. Forging destinies. Much of Mass Effect's appeal is built around choice. Paragon or Renegade, kill the Council, save the Council, rescue Kaidan, rescue Ashley, romance Miranda, Jack or Chambers or Garrus or Thane or Liara or... well, there's a lot. Once again, this is something only games can offer. Not only does this give the series instant replay value, but it enhances the story in so many other ways. Will this be a trilogy about a noble space hero or a roguish anti-hero? Will it be an epic love story of two people or a new love interest with each story? Not only does it provide continuous what-if scenarios, but in fact it allows the player to change the very nature of the story itself. Amazing music. Mass Effect has a great score, some of the best game soundtracks you will ever buy, and you really should buy them. Sam Hulick and Jack Wall are the mainstays for the trilogy, but a plethora of musical talent has worked on the series, including Clint Mansell of Moon and Requiem for a Dream fame. The music for Mass Effect, much like a film, is the wings of the story. It gives the games their feel more than anything else. A skillful blend of traditional orchestra and cool retro synth. We can go from an epic piece like the amazing Suicide Mission to a quieter, almost meditative galaxy map track. And with the band Fonts also providing 2 end credit songs which are a perfect fit for the rest of the score. And top it all off with a theme tune which, to me at least, is as recognizable as Star Wars. Conclusion. The Mass Effect series is a beautiful looking game matched only by its beautiful sounding score, a fully developed universe to explore and a ship of your own to command, characters to fall in love with, and the destinies of civilizations to shape. I'm Commander Shepard. This is my favorite game on the Citadel, and that is why Mass Effect is awesome.